Are we on? Yes, now we're on. That's frantic. That's frantically pointing, Johnny. That's what I wanted. Listen, we're in September. We're only 2 months away from Wyclef coming back. We're only 1 month away from hockey. And I think the fact that I muted, is it October yet, on the Twitter, made my life a lot easier to deal with. We'll also talk about some injuries, some contract news, people coming, people going, and jerseys, everybody. Face Off Hockey Show right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
and a breakaway. Take 2 scores! There you go!
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if it's just plain old the sinuses. But boy, am I clogged up like a sink. Scotty Waz, welcome to Face Off Hockey Show. Johnny P joins me.
I'm here.
As he is wont to do. How's it going, buddy?
Great. It's great.
Everything's great, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything's great.
We're in September. It's fine. Things are fine. Everything's fine.
Did I tell you that it went from like 95 degrees to like 75 degrees here?
Oh, fuck.
And then it's back to 95.
Of course, because God hates everybody.
Yeah, but then I'm guessing that this warm front that we have right now is keeping the hurricane away. Because it's 93 degrees tonight, but there's a bunch of storms, and then it's going to be 78 as a high tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something.
So my head loves everything right now, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Well, hey, listen. On Friday, you get to go back in the friendly confines and enjoy it all.
I do. So maybe everybody's just kind of getting me used to getting me ready to be in an ice rink.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the problem is. They didn't want me to go 95 to 45, like right off the hop.
Yeah. Because who knows, with the dual rink, could be much colder now.
Yeah, but they have all that sand in the second rink. So.
That's true. It is it's basically a beach volleyball pit.
It's pretty much a beach with ice on top of it.
Oh boy. How'd you you went to Hershey? Were you Hershey Park happy, Hershey Park free?
So the concert was good.
Okay.
I'll say that the concert was good. The venue in itself is weird. It's a football stadium.
Sure.
The concert stage is on one end of the stadium, and they have seats on both sides, right? And seats on the floor. And so I bought seats on the floor, thinking, all right, well, not a big deal. They're not even selling tickets for the entire stadium, so I can stand around and do stuff. Literally the entire time, somebody was like, "Hi, could you not stand in the emergency exit?" Mind you, the emergency exit is 25 feet wide, maybe more than that, and has trash cans in the middle of it. So I don't think I've ever been drunk enough that if I saw somebody start moving trash cans, I would be like, I wonder what those guys are doing. So people just kept talking to me the entire time, like to the point where at one point I told one of the usher people, it wasn't Usher, he wasn't there, it was a country concert.
But you never know. Nelly's touring with Florida Georgia Line. Anything can happen.
True. One of the ushers, he asked me to move again for like the 15th time, I guess, that somebody had asked me to move, and I was like, I'm just kind of hanging out on the end of the row. I can't really see if I'm in the middle of everything. And he goes, quite literally, well, don't buy floor seats. And I go, that's cool. Maybe I just won't come back.
Meh. Hershey's a weird place, man.
I don't get it. I don't understand. The parking lots were fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Massive amounts of parking lots. Going to Trogs the next day was a lot of fun. The brewery's nice. We went on a brewery tour. We got a pint glass. All the normal things that people do. Drank some beers, had some food. But yeah, the concert venue itself at Hershey was not up to expectations.
Leaves a
left
lot
me-
to be.
It left me. Well, I mean, like Merriweather's a better place to see a concert.
Oof.
So, I mean, I've had more fun at Pier 6 watching a concert than driving to Hershey. I have like zero reason to go to Hershey, I don't think, ever again for a concert.
Well, yeah.
But that was just the beginning of the week.
Oh no.
That was Thursday night. Friday, we went to Trogs. Saturday, my body told everybody to F off, and I slept for like 15 hours on and off throughout the day. Sunday, Renfest.
Mm.
Boom.
Big turkey legs.
Big turkey legs. I had I decided to get the bread bowl base before drinking all day, so I had some New England clam chowder.
Red or the white?
I always forget the white. Yes,
Got it.
That was also said multiple times. Matt Death bought a bamboo walking stick, and they put his crutch back in the car, so he just walked around with this like Gandalf walking stick the rest
That's
of the day.
pretty baller.
And a knee brace. I was drinking out of my horn. We were drinking Big Red Sticks most of the day, which is it's Angry Orchard cider and Killian's Red. We had fried mac and cheese on a stick.
What?
We had
what is this? The Calgary Stampede? What's going on?
there were people. Some people had sausages. Some people had massive turkey legs.
Okay.
Some people had cheesecake on a stick.
Okay.
I mean, it was just it's a smorgasbord of foods, and watching archers that missed the target from all the way on the other end, which I mean, we kind of expected. They were using like wood bows.
Mm-hmm.
Not the greatest of technology, and they just happened to miss the target and everything.
Sounds right.
But then that devolved into a Robin Hood Men in Tights off.
Of
and
course.
we just started naming off Robin Hood Men in Tights lines because somebody said something about the archery. And then I said, unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent. And then that went downhill quickly. And then we started
absolutely
making Robin Hood Men in Tights jokes. Everybody wanted to see the movie again. Then Sunday, I went to help my friend. He bought a new truck, so I was taking him to get his truck, and then we went to G&M for lunch, and then I came home and I just listened to Oasis on Amazon Prime and drank a beer or 5 and took pictures of the sky. There was supposed to be a storm; it never made it in. Good sunset. The D3 pictures, they'll come up again soon. They haven't made it quite to varsity yet, so
right.
But yeah, so that I think I'm going to take both cameras on Friday night.
Nice.
One just to get a picture, like a wide angle picture of a little bit in the beginning of warm-ups and the rink with the new logos and all of that jazz, just to see how it works, and then put that camera away and go back to the regular one for most of the rest of the time.
Sure.
But yeah. Getting excited for Friday. Not going Saturday.
No.
I'll see the Titans again next weekend.
I was going to say, you'll see the Titans in about 7 days' time. 6 days' time, actually, because they're playing this Saturday.
But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So eventful weekend. Extremely eventful.
Nice. I didn't do much this weekend. I don't go to concerts that much because no one comes to North Dakota, shockingly enough. I think we just hung out and cleaned, did a lot of cleaning, stopped by Home Depot. I mean, so that sort of thing. I did. So I went online and went to Amazon like last week. I got myself a box of Panini stickers.
I thought you meant like a grilled panini.
That'd been great if I did. Now that would have been testing out the prime if it was still hot. I got the little panini stickers. Got 2 packs of them. Open one. I'm trying. This is from the 2018-19 season. Just so I can get that sweet Washington Capitals Stanley Cup stuff. Because I have a problem. What else did I do? That was about it, man. It was a weird. Like I thought Tuesday was Monday all day. So,
Yeah, I know. I agree.
that was not fun. Finalizing our plans to come to Merlin in January, so just finding flights and crap like that. The worst part about flying during that time of year is the fact that if we want, it's cheaper to fly out of Fargo. It's about $100 cheaper. Problem is you're risking everything if there is a big snow or windstorm because the highways might be closed and you might miss your flight.
Risking everything.
Essentially, it's just like, oh ye God. So do we bite the bullet for the $100 and I'm thinking to myself, well, mom and dad said this is Christmas and birthday gifts. So
might as well get your money's worth.
Right. And then book first class. I found out that Big Stan's finally retired for the time being. So about time.
It's good.
That he tried to go back to his old job and because he wanted minimal hours, he's just like, yeah, no, you can only hire you on for like 2 days a week at your regular pay and you don't get holidays or whatever. And he's like, well, I can stay retired and just collect pensions. I'm like, oh, well, there's that too. So I'm like, well, how long until I asked my mom, how long until he drives you crazy and you just send him back to work? Do they go to Home Depot? So
I'm gonna walk into Lowe's in Glen Burnie one day, and Stan will be there greeting me. Johnny,
hey,
what do you want? What do you get? What are you getting? What are you getting? Hold on. What? No, I told him no wops are allowed here. That's what I'm telling him right now.
Fired? What? That would be his thing. He says some derogatory term to someone he knows, and they're just like, "Oh, we can't have this. We can't have this here." Not at Lowe's. Couldn't have it to Eric Davis.
Bye, ball.
Yeah, that was about it. Jen's dealing with hand injuries and all kinds of crazy crap going on. So, yeah, it's been about it. Started up the podcast again. That also Chesapeake Hockey Week. If you're subscribed to the iTunes feed, you got it. If you're not subscribed, what's your problem? Subscribe, and then you'll get it like every Tuesday morning. So, got that going for us. Mark was going to join us, but he's got baby duty, I think, this week. So he will not be here. He did say he hopes Alexei Zhitnik gets scouted more. So just bump Andrei Markov off of the page. So we got that going for him.
That's right. I forgot about that. I still sent him the email though.
That's fine. If he pops in, he pops in. We get a little Hudson run in. We get a little Hudson run in. Nothing wrong with that.
That's true.
We all want a little Hudson. I mean, it's Sean Leahy's favorite Patanzo. It's Hudson, Giuseppe, and then the rest of you.
Yep, as one. They're first and second. Everybody else is third.
Tied for T3 next to it.
Actually, my mom might be 3, and then everybody else is tied.
Yeah. Yeah, your mom definitely, I think, is even though I don't think Sean's ever met her. Still,
she was on the show once.
That's true. Friend of the show, Mama Patanzo. We can legally call her that now. Friend of the show, Mama Patanzo. And I guess what I start working overnights on Friday night. So huzzah! Though I am pretty bummed. I heard from one of the billets of the Black Bears, Bethany, that they're not going to be doing the preseason games on Hockey TV. So I'm kind of sucks, but I'm like, no, of course not. Why would they actually?
Well, I'll have pictures for Friday night.
Wonderful. Give me a little scouting report.
I can paint the atmosphere.
Of course, you're fine. Paint a picture. Look at that picture. All right, let's get to some injury. We got injury reports already, Johnny.
Oh,
That's how you
no.
know the season's coming.
Injury reports. I
That's
feel
how
like
you
a rundown because now I'm just gonna have to stall for a little bit while I'm getting to the injury report music because I'm sure the injury report music's around here somewhere. It's right there, and now, and and bada bing, bada boom.
Oh yeah. Who's down and out with some blues? Maybe some black and bruised. It's the Face Off Hockey Show injury reports. Big injury update. Connor McDavid may not be ready for the season opener. If you remember, he had a little PCL injury, Pacific Coast League injury, AAA baseball. He didn't require surgery. He hasn't had any setbacks yet, but his agent said they're going to be extra cautious just because Connor McDavid's a player who relies so much on quick turning and a lot of quick cuts in the ice. They don't want anything to go wonky in the knee and then like expound upon it. They said that it's too early to tell, even though it's a month away. Too early to tell if he'll be ready for October 2nd puck drop for the Edmonton Oilers.
Oh no,
Matt. Year 8 of a 5-year plan, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it on. You can't blame him though. I mean, that's the face of your franchise. Why wouldn't you want to be as cautious as possible with this guy?
Plus, I mean, if they can they can not make the playoffs with or without him. So
Right, exactly. They proved they cannot make the playoffs with or without him. That has been a fact. So interesting scenario there. Interesting that came out already. We got ourselves a little. Someone's already out for the season.
out for the season.
Matt Hunwick with a neck injury.
Mm.
He's finito Santiago. He will be done for the year. If you remember, he played for the Buffalo Sabres, but more importantly, the Boston Bruins back in the day. That's how people know about him. So he gone, which is amazing considering the fact that we're not even at training camp. And he's like, nah, he's not going to play this year. We're going to free up that money that we can pay people not to give the puck to Jack Eichel. So only played 14 games last season, had 2 points, placed on LTIR. They say neck condition. I don't even know what that means.
I think it means he has a neck.
He has. Okay. Well, he's one up on Barry Trotz, I suppose. I don't know what that was either. If you're just joining us, we don't know either. I hope I click on the YouTube link and it's that. Oh, sadly, no, it's not. It was minutes before. All right, Johnny, let's get to some Patreon stuff. Why don't we?
All right.
People are paying us to talk about things that something I never thought would be possible. Only in America. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. That's the place where you can drop some ducats on us and we can help you realize your dream of, I don't know. You could be like Chris, Matthew, Damon, Mark, Trista, Mitch, Kevin, Jeff, Brian, Ethan, Angela, Sean. All of them support us. You can too. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. And hey, for all the patrons out there, get ready. We're going to have a card break tomorrow. I taped it last week and then forgot about it because I didn't want it really to go in with the Sean O best of from last Wednesday. Sean O best of I listened to it again. It's a 12-year-old best of. Still great.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
Still the best of show because I started it off with the I have nothing against cancer bit.
That's good. That's a good
so
bit.
We go right off there, and then we go into Sean Quest, and they go into all kinds of fun stuff.
That's fantastic. That's good.
Oh, Sean Quest. All right. So people are talking, and they want us to talk about John Tortorella. Oh, Johnny boy. Did you hear about this, Johnny P?
No. What did he do this time?
So John Tortorella, the Aaron Portsline of the Athletic, Just getting things together. Guys are starting to return to the camp time. It's almost camp time. They're coming back into town. He's like, let's talk about John Tortorella. Let's talk to John Tortorella. See what he thinks about the season. See what he thinks about the guys leaving. See what he thinks about Zach Werenski holding out. And I quote, I respect them all, but I don't want to hear I want to win when it's right fucking here. I respect them, but I'm pissed. It was right there where we were really progressing. As he's talking about Matt Duchene, Artemi Panarin, Sergei Bobrovsky, all jumping ship out of Columbus to go to greener pastures. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. I do, but don't talk about goddamn winning like you want to go somewhere to win. It's right here in front of you.
Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, I see. I was thinking that too.
I mean, let's be honest. John Tortorella's sell-by date is a little bit past expired at this point.
It's true.
Um,
And let's be honest, a series win does not a continuous winner make.
No. Just because you swept a team that thought that they were going to beat you without playing hockey,
Right.
Does not mean that that you were on the cusp of winning the Stanley Cup.
Right. You were on the cusp of shit, John. Should call him Torts to differentiate you and John Tortorella.
That's fine. I'll just take it as well.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So he was a little bit emotional about this.
I feel that's a harbored festering emotion as well. That's 3 months of just waiting for somebody to ask that question.
Yeah. Especially a guy who has your phone number, who could have called you at the day after it happened. Yeah, that's the weird part about it. What did I spill on my goddamn notebook that I have grease all over it? Maybe this is why no wops are allowed. And then then they go on about Zach Werenski, who's still unsigned, much like many other restricted free agents. John Tortorella says, I'd be terribly disappointed. I'm not involved in the business part of it, but for a young man to miss 1 minute of camp, it disgusts me. He's really grown as a player. I just don't want him to miss a beat here. I won't be disappointed. I'll be disgusted. Then he said, we feel like we made a real good step last year, although we didn't get out of the second round. We still made a step in the right direction. That doesn't change because we lose. That doesn't change because we lose some players.
You mean like the starting goalie that you had?
And your top centerman and your top winger. And
I would really, I'd appreciate to hear the other side of this and have Matt Duchene on a drunken tirade being like, John Tortorella's a dick. Nobody wanted to fucking play for him.
Someone give him an Uber in Arizona. He'll be fine. Just like he did last year. Remember that when he was trashing the Ottawa Senators coaches?
Yeah, but who wasn't really at that point?
That's true. Even the ownership, I'm sure.
He was just joining in.
Right.
He didn't really start anything. He wasn't a trendsetter.
He was the guy who was just giving the boots to him when everyone else was down.
Yeah. He was just getting some kicks in. Come on. That wasn't really hard to mess with.
No, it really wasn't. Yeah, you're right though. I would like to see this. I would like to see like Panarin and Bobrovsky, what they have to say about the comments or what they have to say about the time there. Because, not even about the comments.
The comments are probably par for the course.
Yeah.
But let's be dead honest. When you have that many stars that can fit under a salary cap and not a single one of them even wants to talk to the team and they all walk and sign somewhere else, that's telling. That in itself tells you that there's something wrong with the culture. And it probably starts with Tortorella.
Is his bit, because we talk about all the time about guys, coaches getting recycled and GMs getting recycled. Is it finally time that his stuff is played out? Because I'm trying to think of the last coach that their stuff got played out and then never came back.
And never came back. Whew.
Or has yet to come back. I'm trying to think. Keenan, maybe? But even Keenan came back like a decade ago with the Flames.
Well, who's the guy that's in like Kazakhstan? He was a big name.
Oh,
Keenan.
No, Bob Hartley, right?
Yeah.
Bob Artley.
Maybe. I don't know. He never really hit me as like a guy that had a shtick, though.
No, he just seemed like a douche.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, but the in-your-face yell and scream coach, I just don't think they're a dying breed.
Mhm.
It just doesn't resonate with pro athletes any longer.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the last time that Keenan was NHL coach was 2008-09 with the Calgary Flames before he went to the KHL and won a Gagarin Cup in his first year.
Oh,
So
it's still working there, though. They love yelling.
yeah, that never changes. Like that's from the Soviet. That's the only thing from the Soviet bloc, from the USSR times that they love. Coaches yelling.
Coaches yelling. That's the way it should be.
Just constantly just yelling feverishly at them.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that there's a much deeper issue. And let's be completely honest, the Blue Jackets were 4 games away from not even making the playoffs at all.
Yeah.
So does a team really go from not being able to make the playoffs to we can win the Stanley Cup just because these people stay here and take a hometown discount? I don't see that occurring.
No. No, I mean, I think I will say this, though. They do have a better shot considering when you look at the Metro Division as a whole this offseason. I don't think anyone really got better.
Devils.
Maybe the
they're in
Devils.
Atlantic.
No, they're in the Metro, aren't they? With the New York teams?
They might be.
Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah.
Let me look at the standings. Let's look at the standings real quick. I'm pretty sure it's New York.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are, because the Florida takes over the Atlantic up higher.
Yeah, yeah. Because when I think Atlantic Coast, I think Tampa Bay and Miami. Just like when I think of the Atlantic Coast Conference, I think Boston College always and forever.
And Notre Dame.
And Notre Dame, especially Notre Dame. If there's anything on the Atlantic Coast, it's Notre Dame. Because that's where the Catholics hung out on the coast.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's. I mean, you look at it as a whole. I mean, the Devils, sure, but the Devils are getting better to the point where they might contend for a wild card spot. But everyone else kind of just the status is quo, which I don't know if better or for worse for the Blue Jackets, in all honesty. But
well, I mean, if John Tortorella is already pissing players off this year, then maybe they don't even make the playoffs at all.
And he gets canned halfway through the season after pulling an Orioles and losing the first 21 games straight.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, and 21? Not this year, thank you.
So
then they have video with Seth Jones in Shoppers.
Someone was arguing that Seth Jones is highly overrated.
What?
Yeah. So, of course, it was Twitter. So
yeah, obviously Twitter's always right.
Yeah.
I mean, what could go wrong on Twitter?
Like, I honestly don't. First off, I don't see anybody really big upping Seth Jones as like a guy who's like a perennial like Hall of Famer. I mean, the kid's good. But
He's a hell of a hockey player.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's an athlete in every form of the word. But to say he's overrated, I'm like, no, I think he's rated just where he needs to be. And check the EA Sports rankings, which, by the way, will have part of the haha fuck you this week.
I have successfully navigated, did not see any of the EA Sports ratings on Twitter.
Oh, you haven't.
I haven't.
Oh God, then we will before Lau, or maybe even when Lau gets on, we'll ask him if he's seen it, and I'll ask you who you think number 1 is and what their rating is.
Oh, I'm sure I know who number 1 is, but I don't know what their rating is.
Okay, perfect. So there we go. John Tortorella being John Tortorella before the season starts. Maybe he knows he's on the short leash now, with all these guys leaving. Maybe he's like, okay, listen, here's the dumpster fire you have with you. Make it happen, buddy.
It's just the preemptive shot.
It's the preemptive shot. It's the preemptive Brooksy. Listen, get out of here, Brooksy. Or however Greg does his Tortorella thing. Who does I'm trying to think of who Columbus actually has now. Wow. Jesus, they're like the second to last on the salary cap scale.
Perfect.
They have Cam Atkinson. They have Brandon Dubinsky. I forgot they picked off Gustav Neifkist. Foligno, Wenberg, Boone Jenner, Riley Nash. Boy, they got a lot of young kids.
Who's their goalie?
Jonas Corpusalo and Elvis Merzlikings.
Perfect. I mean, that sounds like a good that sounds like a good tandem that will take you to the Stanley Cup final.
That is their combined goaltending salary hit is just under $2.1 million.
Perfect.
For both of them.
Yeah, that should be fine. What could go wrong?
Yes. The guys, wow. They're non-rostered goaltenders. So the goaltenders in the minor leagues, it's basically a word scramble. You have Daniil Tarnasov.
Okay.
You have Matis Kivlnikekis.
Wow.
And then you have Vieni Vehevenalin.
Wow. Sounds like a lot of V's in there.
Wow, there's at least 3 V's. If you're playing Scrabble, there you go.
It's a big word right there.
If you're playing Scrabble while eating Scrapple, now that's a good Sunday morning. Scrapple? Anybody? No one likes Scrapple? Come on. Nathan Kirby's got a contract.
You and I.
All right. Nathan Kirby has a contract with the Columbus Blue Jackets, ladies and gentlemen. Little Nathan Kirby.
Has he always been on the Blue Jackets, or did they sign him recently?
I want to say they signed him recently because his number's in green.
Interesting.
All right. Weird. Good for him, though.
Yeah, definitely good for Nathan Kirby.
Sorry, he's actually on the second year of a 2-year deal.
Oh.
So
I do not remember him playing with them last year.
Nope, me neither. Here's the question: did he? He sure didn't. He stayed in the AHL all year. Had 32 points in 41 games.
See,
so
smarter than I look.
A little bit.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
All right, turn the mic off. Learn how to do that. This is after he was playing in Switzerland and then came back, signed that 2-year deal to play in the AHL.
Was it because of his Olympic status?
I think so.
Did he play in the Olympics?
I think he did. I think he played for Team Canada. If he is Canadian, I really don't know.
I always thought he was American.
You're probably right. Nathan Kirby, that sounds like an American kid. Yeah, he's from Oxford, Michigan. I think he did play for the Olympic team. Or didn't. Doesn't look like it. Well then.
They must have already had their height restriction met.
Oh, yeah. He signed in January 2018 to a 1-year deal, and then afterwards, the 2-year deal after that. Ta-da. All right, there you go. Your Patreon pick. Some retiring, Johnny, and some taking breaks.
Okay.
We don't take breaks here. We never cut corners, like Lito's Pizza. Nicholas Cronwall retires. He is moving to the front office of your Detroit Red Wings. Big brute force back on that blue line. Cronwall was a big thing. The last of the big hitters, I would say, in the NHL. 9th in franchise history in games played at 953. 3rd all-time amongst Red Wings defensemen with assists in 349. 4th in defensive points at 432. 5th in goals at 83. 47 points at 109 playoff games and part of the Stanley Cup team in 2008, as well as becoming a triple gold star with the World Championship and Olympic gold, both in 2006, and silver medal in 2014.
And concussing at least 25 players.
At least. So he's going to be an advisor to Steve Yzerman because Steve Yzerman's getting the band back together.
All right. I hope Nick Lidstrom comes back.
That'd be great if he did. Justin Williams said he's going to take a break from the NHL.
Just because?
Just because he said he's not his heart's not in it.
Makes
Not
sense.
feeling it. So that basically means this is the kind of thing where you say you're going to take a year off school and then that year becomes like the rest of your life. So we can just say Justin Williams is retired.
Maybe he just didn't have a good idea to come back after the storm surge.
Maybe he saw those fucking jerseys, those white jerseys. He's like, I can't play in these. This is bullshit.
Even I won't play in those. I'm out.
He walks up to Thomas Dunn and he's like, what is this garbage? No, I'm not going to sign a contract. Get the fuck out of here. So he's going to take a break, reevaluate his life, and then get back to everybody, I'm sure.
God, I would love to take a break and reevaluate my life.
Right? I think about that every day. Ben Lovejoy also retired after 11 seasons. Good for him. Reverend Lovejoy has left the building.
I did not know he was still playing. Was he on the Ducks?
He was on Dallas.
Wow.
Um,
Did he play for the Ducks after he left Pittsburgh or not at all?
He went to the Ducks and then got traded to Dallas, I want to say.
Gotcha.
Because there's retirement pictures here in a Dallas uniform.
All right.
Played with the Penguins, Ducks, Devils, and Stars. Captured a Stanley Cup in 2016.
He only won one?
Yeah, he wasn't on the team for the first one. He's only 35, amazingly enough. It looks like he's going to be joining NHL tonight, or NHL's network's rerun on Rama that they call a network.
Perfect.
Which, by the way, I saw Jackie Redmond's doing her own YouTube thing, and I'm like, wow, things are that bad at MLB and NHL Network that you can't get time to do a preview thing? Come on.
She's done that for a while, though.
Oh, has she?
I think she's just trying to cash in on the everyone loves me thing.
I don't know. Since I've left Canada, I don't see her that much, and I don't watch NHL Network. So that's.
Well, I watch NHL Network because I normally that's part of my routine. Once hockey starts, is I'll come home from work, throw on NHL Network, let them start the around the horn or whatever the like early game thing that they do, and they go into different live look-ins and shit like that.
Oh, on the fly.
And then I just go to sleep at some point.
There you go. That works.
Yeah.
I like it.
Rinse and repeat.
Patrick Marleau's agent said that Patrick Marleau will not play for the Sharks this season. Take that for what it's worth.
Interesting. Isn't he still playing in Toronto or no?
No, he got traded to Carolina, and then Carolina bought him out.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. See how it goes for Mr. Patrick Marleau. Hasn't missed a game since the 2008-2009 campaign.
Oh.
His Cal Ripken-like streak is at risk now.
He'll be missing a game.
Yep. Couple, I'm sure. Ricky Ozelinch named assistant general manager of your Seattle to your name here's. Congratulations to him. Now get a logo out. Now get a team name. Let's go. Enough of this beating around the bush shit.
Oh, the Seattle Bushes.
Oh, Seattle Bushes. Everything's Zen. It'd be great. Could play Come Down, and then when sad things happen, they can play Glycerine. It's great.
It goes with the whole grunge theme, right?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Apparently, according to Rick Carpinello of The Athletic, Pierre Maguire, we hardly knew ye, on the #1 broadcast team for NBC on NHL on NBC. Allegedly, Maguire is getting Das Hook, and Brian Boucher will be on the top team for Wednesday Night Hockey moving forward.
For rivalry night. Now there's a rivalry between Pierre Maguire and Brian Boucher.
It's true. Yeah, people like this move. It's fine. I mean, Pierre Maguire is a good hockey mind. When you see him on TSN's trade deadline coverage, like he is more than just yelling about people's junior teams. He knows the sport. And if you see him outside of doing regular interviews, he knows a lot about the sport. The problem is he became a caricature of himself.
Yes.
And then when somebody else is in a booth, it's a special guest. It's a special thing. He just doesn't know how to work around people.
Well, that's what happens when you lose your personality.
Right. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind CP and McGuire in the intermissions. Those would be fun.
Maybe
Brian
they
Boucher-
can get rid of Milbury and put McGuire in the intermissions.
That'd be wonderful if they could. I like Brian Boucher a lot. I think he's good. And I think he provides a solid analytical sense. Not analytical as in numbers, but analytical as in an analyst.
Right. As in, guess what, guys? I played hockey. Remember?
Guys, listen, I sat on the bench and watched a lot of these games. I know what to do.
I was a goalie.
I was a goalie, much like every other in between the glass guy, almost.
Well, that's what it should be.
Yeah, I think so. They're used to it. They know how to protect themselves.
Yeah.
So Boucher going to be on the top team. With Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk. McGuire will still work NHL games, NBC says, but it's not going to be with the top team, so it'll probably be West Coast, like Hode Rabina piece.
The Atlantic's been getting a lot of pub tonight on the show.
The Atlantic or the Athletic?
Same place.
Okay. Tampa Bay, Florida. Atlantic.
The Atlantic Division, where Pierre McGuire's going.
Hey, Johnny, did you see that the top jerseys were named?
Oh, did I?
Your boy put some numbers out there. And by numbers, I said I just copied and pasted the pictures that Fanatics and NHL.com put out. So, according to Fanatics, Sidney Crosby, #1 jersey overall.
Sounds about right.
Ovechkin, 2nd.
Ooh.
Matthews, 3rd.
That might be because of the Stanley Cup bump.
Maybe. You wouldn't know because Fanatics didn't give you any kind of breakdown of what the hell this was.
No, just jerseys.
Just jerseys. And not what kind of jerseys, because the Pittsburgh had 2 new jerseys. And then the Caps had their 3rd jersey come out. So I don't know. It just says Ovechkin.
All right.
So Matthews 3rd, M.A. Fleury 4th, Patrice Bergeron 5th, Patrick Kane 6th, Jordan Binnington 7th,
That's nice.
Vladimir Tarasenko 8th.
Look at that. Look at the Blues coming in 7 and 8.
Johnny Taves 9th.
Wow. For a Blackhawks team that played like shit, they had 2 of the top 7
10
or 8.
Top 10. Taves was 9th.
9. All right.
Connor McDavid 10th.
Oh.
Brett Burns 11th. Brad Marchand 12th. John Tavares 13th. Claude Giroux 14th. Mitch Marner 15th. Out of the rankings, Hendrik Lundqvist. He was I think he was 7th last year, and he's out of the top 15 altogether. My great line is that Fanatics doesn't break things down, which I'm shocked at because their apparel breaks down very quickly.
That's true. Very true. Very
So
true.
there's no date range.
Like losing numbers.
Right, like losing letters. Jen had to get hers restitched that the Coyotes gave her. So, in any case, Fanatics, there's no date range for it. There's no breakdown on if it's alternate jerseys, if it's actual Fanatics, just Fanatics jerseys, or if they count Adidas jerseys into that. This doesn't account for, I don't believe it accounts for anything outside of the Fanatics website. So if you go to your local rink and buy one and get it personalized there, it doesn't count.
I get it from the Adidas website.
Well, then I don't think it counts.
No, screw Fanatics.
Right, because it's not Fanatics based, which I think is horseshit. Because if it doesn't mention Adidas Authentic, which is the brand holder for it all, then Adidas should find a way to get rid of Fanatics, like in life, because Fanatics is such a horseshit fucking company.
What do they do really well though? That like they have to do something decently well. That
They do the memorabilia, the plaques, the pictures, like
Mark's
the
autograph picture of
right.
Well, he didn't even get the autographed one. I
No.
don't think.
It was a little Anton Volching, but the Fanatics where they do like the game use stuff, like stuff that they don't have to make their own.
Did they still do that though, without having the like exclusive rights to selling everything?
They could, but I think with the NHL season, and this is what, because every single goddamn thing is like every big sports league is affiliated with Fanatics, I believe. Not
including
a,
NASCAR.
NASCAR is there. NCAA, NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL.
Well, it's all templated too. Like
Yeah.
they're all the same websites.
Exactly. And NASCAR actually, I think NASCAR kind of broke a deal off with them because Fanatics was supposed to have this like big pop-up shop for every track, and then they realized that people didn't come to it. They liked the merchandise trailers that NASCAR used to have, so they said fuck it, and then they realized the Fanatics gear is horseshit.
Smart.
Because they don't come in NASCAR fan sizes like double, triple XLs, without paying an arm and a leg. But I mean, it's bizarre that people still think like buy from Fanatics. Like I almost said something when I was in Winnipeg a couple weeks back. Some guy was looking at the Fanatics Patrick Laine jersey that was pre-made. I always want to say to him like, "Hey, dude," because he was debating between the Adidas and the Fanatics. I almost wanted to say to him like, "Listen, go with the Adidas because those letters are going to fall off the minute you wash them." So, yeah. I am not a fan of Fanatics.
Me neither.
Like I said, the only thing they do well is like the memorabilia stuff, and they could just get like rights to memorabilia, but they got the rights to the T-shirts because I'm sure it's easier. They offered more money for licensing than just individual places. I'm sure.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe it also just comes down to the fact that you don't want to run your own warehouse.
That helps too. I'm sure that helps a lot.
Right? Like, I mean, it's pure convenience, even if your fans are the ones that are getting crapped on.
Mhm.
Like, what are the odds that occurs all the time? Like, a Fanatics jersey falls apart, and is that another thing? I mean, I don't buy Fanatics jerseys. I refuse to.
No, you're right.
I buy things from Adidas, or I buy Adidas jerseys at Dick's and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I mean, I can see the allure. I can see how it works. I mean, I've bought hats and stuff. The Fanatics Caps Stanley Cup hat I had to buy because it was Fanatics, and I had to re-glue on the logo because it started falling off like 2 weeks after I got it.
Nice. Oh,
The T-shirt's been fine though.
Well, that's good. That's something then. Something to hang your hat on, I suppose.
I mean, that's all that I really bought from Fanatics ever.
Yeah.
Really, is just the Cup final stuff.
Yeah.
Or the Stanley Cup winning stuff.
Are you ready for OVOs? You're gonna get you some OVOs?
I don't think so.
No.
No. Are they at Giant?
Yeah.
I thought so, because the Caps have something with Giant, right?
Yeah, it's a Giant exclusive.
Oh, maybe I'll go check them out there. There's a Giant across the street.
Yeah, you just stumble over there.
If it wasn't at Giant, I would not go out of my way to get them.
Right?
I actually could not tell you the last time I was in the cereal aisle either in Giant.
Yeah, it's true.
But they're what? Honey Nut Cheerios?
Essentially, yeah.
Perfect. I love Honey Nut Cheerios.
But you can only eat them on the right side.
Mm.
So that's the problem.
What if you're also on the left side, though?
Oh, that's true. You can only eat them on the left side. I forgot. I fucked up my own bit.
Yeah. But you should be able to cross over to the middle and then take a slapper.
That's true. Someone has to pass you the plate, though. Or the bowl.
Because you have to stay in your office.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. So, yeah, those are the top 15 jerseys. LA revealed their throwbacks.
Oh, I like it.
In a late night drop.
They look fantastic.
The white gangsta wear. I don't know. I was never a big fan of I've never been a big fan of the white jerseys. So, that's just me. But they look slick. They look good. They look true to form. Kind of pissed they didn't bring back purple, but that, again, another thing that's just me. But it brings back the heritage. I'm also pissed that Sue didn't introduce the whole thing.
He was definitely wearing the white jersey the whole time.
He was. So yeah, it was cool. It's a cool drop during their fan fest. I think the Jets have their fan fest this weekend or next weekend, which people think they're gonna unveil their throwback jerseys.
That's already come out.
What's that?
Didn't the Jets jersey already get leaked? And they're like,
Did
"Where are
it?
you going?" I don't know. I thought it just looked like the old Jets jerseys.
Oh, I wonder. I would have to go to aesthetics. It's just a weird thing to say. I can't aesthetics. Like I have a lisp. The Blues are unveiling a jersey on the 14th. Everybody.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that jersey though.
No, allegedly they're just going to be.
Maybe it's the Oilers jersey that I saw, the like blue one that looks like shit.
Oh, that was the one that leaked. That came out earlier, and then they're going to have it at the Fan Fest so fans can just look at it and see if it's any better in person.
Yeah, I think it was the Oilers one that I saw,
Yeah.
and not the Jets one.
It was that all blue monstrosity.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Yeah, that's fine. It's Canadian teams all look the same.
It's true. It's true.
Blues announced they'll have a commemorative jersey in addition to their regular home, road, and heritage jersey,
I hope they all just have Brett Hall's number on the back of it.
and just look like Brett Hall sloppy drunk. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with this. I don't know what commemorative jersey means.
I hope it's a light blue jersey.
I
A
hope
light
it's the
blue
trumpet.
Blues
I hope it's the trumpet jersey.
Oh, the
never got
trumpet
seen.
jersey. They finally come out with it. They were like, we were just waiting until we won the Stanley Cup, suckers.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that would have been great if
Wayne
it was.
Gretzky comes back.
Oh, be wonderful. Oh, I would love that so much.
Then he takes off the trumpet jersey to show the Burger King jersey underneath. And then he takes off the Burger King jersey and he's got the Statue of Liberty jersey underneath that.
He wore some great jerseys.
Man, this just writes itself.
This is really fantastic. I, for one, welcome this. There's that. What are we doing? Yep, the official reveal of the Oilers jersey is going to be at the Fan Fest on Oilers Fan Day.
Just one. There's only one fan day.
September 13th, the Heritage Classic jersey unveiling. There you have it. The 13th. We will see the Atlanta Thrashers Heritage Classic jersey. Again, Battle of Atlanta. Be dialing, people. Because this is going to be great.
It was too easy. It was too easy. They're gonna come out with it's just gonna be throwback Teemu Selanne Jets jersey.
If they actually had a little bit of a nod to the Atlanta Thrashers, I'll pop big.
They won't.
No, I know.
They don't even claim that the Atlantic Thrashers exist.
Right? It's almost like the Avalanche not knowing the Nordiques exist. They kind of just whitewash that the entire thing. Same with the Coyotes, kind of with the Jets, where they retired Darryl Howardchuck's number just put under the Coyotes logo.
I think it would be really funny to have the Coyotes and Jets play in like a throwback outdoor game, and the Coyotes wear Jets jerseys just to piss everyone off.
It'd be wonderful. What did I do? I know I opened a new window. All about the logos this year, kids. All about the logo. So they're predicting when the throwbacks are going to be. Usually, you know what's funny? It's usually they do the jersey unveiling at the press conferences when it happens for the Heritage Classic, at least.
Right.
So I'm surprised the Flames will probably unveil theirs and ruin the whole thing. St. Louis unveiled the All-Star logo. How about that? I forgot they're having the All-Star weekend.
Aren't all the logos just the same now with
kind of
different backgrounds?
Kind of. This one's got horns in the arch.
Let me guess. It's blue and it has an arch and it says NHL All-Star Game 2020.
You forgot presented by Honda.
God damn it.
Don't forget presented by Honda. Let's take a look. So you go to Scotty screen share once the application window loads up. Share it. There we go. There's your All-Star logo. Wow. Aesthetics with the So there you go. You got your arch. You got the trumpets up here.
That's not bad.
All-star with the treble clef there and the Honda logo displayed. Perfect.
The arch is upside down. Oh no, I see it.
I see it. I see it now.
With 1 star because they won the Stanley Cup.
Exactly. Love it. So there you go. There's that. That looks fancy. I like the horns up top. It's nice. Stop moving. Christ. It's some bullshit right here.
Some trippy stuff right there.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. We're now waiting for Lyle Richardson, and then we'll play the hey, do you know the top 10? Hell, I'll go. You know what? I'll do top. We'll do a haha fuck you before we even start the haha fuck you segment.
Oh God.
It'll be a split. It'll be a scrimmage.
A scrimmage pregame.
Yeah, pregame. We're doing 2-a-days. EA Sports. If you can name your top 10 EA Sports ratings, they're doing alumni teams too. For NHL 2020, Oilers just unveiled theirs. Paul Coffey, Wayne Gretzky, Yari Curry. The Canadians have John Veliveau, Larry Robinson, and Guy Lafleur as some of their people. The Rangers, Mike Gartner, Mark Messier, Brian Leach. The Penguins, Yager, Lemieux, and Coffey. Paul Coffey on 2 teams. Look at that.
Paul Coffey's going to be on like 80. All 80 teams.
The Red Wings with Chelios, Gordie Howe, Nick Lindstrom, and Pavel Datsuk. So.
And Paul Coffey.
And Paul Coffey. Well, he did play for that team too. Won that cup with him. I forgot about that. Yeah, alumni team. You know what? I might have to go out and get a PS4 with NHL 2020 for the alumni teams.
I think you can probably just watch them on YouTube.
That's probably right.
Probably going to cost less money.
I presented the Caps All-Star team. It doesn't seem like there's a goalie because Patrick Waugh would be on the Canadiens team, I'm sure. But I guess if I were to guess, because I was going to put Ole in there, but if we're taking Ole out of the equation, obviously Peter Bonjour would be part of the alumni team.
Uh-huh.
Rod Langway,
yes,
be part of that team.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, Ivan Lebray.
Oh,
Ivan Lebray would probably pit it just because.
Probably
because he's in everything. It'd be funny if like they give Ivan, like they give Rod Langway, he's a 91. Peter Bonjour, he's a 90. Ivan Lebray, 72.
You just get Ivan Lebray if you like get Rod Langway. They're like, here, we'll throw in this one as well. Craig
Lachlan shows up. Just
hey
randomly. Ah, man. My good buddy here. Stop with the good buddy.
Jaromir Jagr is on the team.
Yeah. Oh, only for like half a season.
Mike Gartner.
Mike Gartner. Dale Hunter will hit you from behind.
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
I forgot Dale Hunter's coaching one of the Team Maryland kids this year up in London because London, Ontario's got themselves a Marylander on the team. So
nice.
Two Marylanders in the OHL. One in London, one in Mississauga. So if you don't think Maryland's a feeder system for the OHL, you're probably right. But there's something we're going to hang our hat on. Joined now by Lyle Richardson of SpectreShockey.net. Lyle, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Even better now in the mic.
Yeah, you know where you go. There we go. Knows how a mic works, ladies and gentlemen.
That's my senior's moment for today. I've been overdue for it. So,
hey, Lyle, do you pay attention to EA Sports? Do you pay attention to their Twitter?
No, I don't. I'd have to talk to my son about that.
Oh, Lyle, perfect. Good. We're gonna pregame now.
Oh,
I'm so glad you said no.
I'm gonna have to get another beer for pregame.
Okay, go get your beer for pregame, and then I'll explain the rules to you.
I know the rules. You can explain them to Lyle.
Okay, so the top 50 were revealed, the ratings, and we had a big thing about it last week about I don't give a shit about them, and I think Johnny's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But they unveiled number 10 through 1, Lyle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna play a game. Can you guess 10 through 1?
And no cheating.
No cheating.
No cheating.
And I'm sure a lot of them will be obvious.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them might not be.
Okie dokie.
Oh no.
So we're gonna start with you, Lyle.
10 through 1, eh?
10 through 1. Name the player and name where you think they're ranked at.
Okay. I will pick Connor McDavid, and I'll say number 1.
That's correct. Good work.
Pretty
Wow.
much a layup, that one. Yeah.
Great work.
Johnny P.
I'm gonna go Ovi.
Okay.
I'm gonna say he is 5.
Ooh, close. Number 4.
Ooh. Not bad. Not bad.
I don't know how he's number 4 because there's 2 other guys that have the same rating as him,
Mhm.
but they're higher or lower. I'm like, I don't get this.
Oh, I thought that he would have a lower ranking than some people.
Mm.
No. 92 overall for
Mm.
Ovechkin. Connor McDavid, the highest ranked overall at 94.
Oh. Not
Weird.
much separation there,
Interesting.
though, between McDavid and Ovi.
Right, from 5th to 1 is only separate.
it's a
Well, actually,
pretty,
from 10 to 1 is only separated by 3 points
pretty
overall.
narrow zone of separation.
Yeah, but
there.
Ovi has 110 points in that circle. So
True.
that's
By the way, number 50, the last one was 88 overall. So only 6 points separates 50 from 1.
Wow.
All right,
that can't
Lyle.
be right.
I know it doesn't make sense. That's why it's so
Very
dumb.
little cone of uncertainty there. But my weather network hurricane, scare the shit out of yourself. Where's it going to land? Oh my god, I hope it doesn't hit us.
Jim Cantori.
Jim Cantori, everybody. When he comes to your town, get the hell out of there. Lyle, you're up now.
Okay, I will pick Austin Matthews at number 2.
Sorry, Austin Matthews not in the top 10.
Wow.
Damn.
15th.
Leafs Nation has a collective conniption over this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, I dare
geez.
say.
Is Jim Cantori the crocodile hunter of the Weather Channel?
The crocodile.
I'd say so. Yeah, I think so. I think he's more Mike Rowe than Crocodile Hunter,
Okay.
doing the dirty jobs.
Okay.
Johnny,
I'm gonna go Sidney Crosby 2.
yeah, Bing, right there.
Yowza.
2 overall, 93 overall.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys got 1, 2, and 4.
Okay.
line.
I'm gonna say Patrick Kane at number 6.
Oh, Bing,
Yes,
right on the money.
Bing,
91
yes.
overall.
Bingo, bango.
Nice work, Lyle.
Thank you.
Watch that first step.
Again,
It's a
not
doozy.
cheating. Not cheating at all. Honestly.
No.
Honestly.
Johnny.
All right. Who we got here? Crap.
I will say there are 2 goalies on this top 10 list.
Oh.
I was thinking maybe goalie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Sergei Bobrovsky 3.
Sorry, no.
Oh.
Bobrovsky is 23.
John Tortorella told us he was the best.
True. John Tortorella said the fucking we're winning here, assholes.
Okay. Goaltender. I'm going to pick. Oh, what the hell? Carey Price at number 10.
Bing!
Fuck off.
Bing!
Oh my god.
Bing!
Harry Price.
Oh, I couldn't think of a goalie other than Carey Price. Oh, what the hell?
Oh, Homer.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Shit. Oh, I might have another one unless Johnny scoops him up. Go ahead.
I can probably guarantee you Johnny's probably not going to scoop him up.
No, because I was going to go with Jordan Binnington in the top 10. Make it happen.
Hey, he got to the Jersey top 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not in this top 10, though.
No.
No.
Wrong top 10.
Mm-mm.
All right. Okay, I'm going to grab the second goalie here. I'm going to try. Okay, what numbers do we have so far? I know the goalie. Give me what numbers we've got.
1, 2, 4, 6, and 10.
Andrei Vasilevsky at number 3.
Sorry. Right player, wrong rating.
Oh.
So half right.
Okay.
That's fine.
Congratulations. I'm sorry. Number
he was number
9.
7.
Number
Number
9.
Number
All right.
9. We are standing still.
Number 9. Number
Number
9.
9.
So we're missing 3, 5, 7, and 8.
3,
3, 5, 7, and 8. Johnny P. 3, 5, 7, and 8.
God. I mean, there have to be like really good players that I'm just not thinking about. What about let's go shit, I completely just dropped his name. The center for the Lightning.
Where's the thing?
Yeah.
It's got a thing.
Got a thing.
No,
Block shots.
Shoots the puck.
he's a center for the Lightning. He had 185,000 points last year. I have no idea what his name is off the top of my head for some reason, but he's number 3.
Okay.
That is correct. Lyle, can you finish it out for him?
Gonna do the tag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he's not a center. He's a winger, and his name is Nikita Kucherov.
There it is.
I thought he was
There
a
you
center.
go.
And
No,
he is number
he's a
3.
right
Bing.
winger. There we go. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
he won
He's
the
the
Art
fucking
Ross
MVP.
and the MVP. So yeah.
Plus
But
85,000
Johnny
points
was
will
in the
help
right.
you out.
Yeah, Johnny was in the neighborhood there. So we
Right.
split that one.
Yep,
Johnny
that's
and I
good.
split that one.
Each
Yep.
get a half point.
Yep.
Great.
Nice
Points
tag.
don't
Nice
matter.
tag.
So you're missing 5, 7, and 8.
Oh boy. Okay.
I will break it down for you from a fundamental standpoint. A center and 2 defensemen.
A set. Oh. Okay.
There are defensemen on this list?
Right?
Let's try Mark Giordano at number. Is it 8 available?
It's available. It's not there. He's number 31.
Oh wow.
Gio
Okay.
number 31.
Okay.
That said,
okay.
they're only separated by 2 points, 31 and number 8.
Okay.
So
Over to you, Johnny.
Oh, Brett Burns 8.
sorry.
Damn.
Sorry. Brett Burns 24.
Wow. Okay.
To Lyle.
Can we say Victor Hedman at number 8?
You can say Victor Hedman, but he's one up, number 7.
Ah, okay.
Wow.
7.
Okay. Okay.
right.
So
we're
a
missing
center,
6
So
and
a
8.
center and a
5 and 8.
defenseman.
5 and 8.
A
Let's
center
go
and a defenseman.
PK.
PK Subban number 48.
Oh.
Got an 8.
Ooh.
48 and an 88 overall.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
All right, fine.
Well, he did drop off last year.
Did
Oh man. Okay. God.
center and defenseman.
Center. Shit.
There's not a lot of centers. Yes.
John Tavares. Number 5.
Sorry, no. Number 18. Johnny T.
Mm.
Johnny.
I don't even know if he's a center, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to go Gabriel Lin 5.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
You
I know who the center is now.
Okay.
And Johnny, thanks
another
for
assist.
Landeskog. This is an assist. Here's the hot tag again. Nathan McKinnon at number 5.
There it is. Nathan McKinnon, number 5. Johnny, are you updating or something there? You're a little sketchy on my end. I don't know if he's skipping for you. Or
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
You got the packet dropping.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and now we're just looking for number 8, a defenseman.
Number 8.
Let Mr. Jonathan take a turn.
Sure, Johnny, give her.
a defenseman at number 8.
Who'd you say, Johnny? You kind of
Yeah, you're
Eric
kinda...
Carlson.
No, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking him too.
Eric Carlson, 21.
I think I was trying to update earlier, and I tried to. I don't know if it's still doing it though.
Might be.
Might be, yeah, because you dropped him for me too. Yeah, just little hiccupy where you weren't earlier.
I mean, I pop out and in because I'm not running the show on the computer.
That's true. You can pop out and pop in if you want.
yeah.
I'll hold it against you.
Let me
Defenseman.
let me know if Lyle gets this when I come back.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna throw a couple out there if
Okay.
I can. First one, Drew Doughty.
There it is, right off the top.
Oh wow! I
91
didn't think he'd
overall.
be in the top 10 this year. Okay.
Number 8 overall with a 91 overall rating.
Okay.
Like I said, it only 6 points separated Dylan Larkin at 50 to Connor McDavid at 94 at number 1.
There's some damn fine players in there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I just can't believe I got Carey Price at number 10. That was totally a stab in the dark.
Some high quality work right there.
Yeah, some high quality guesswork. Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, he got it.
Who was it?
Drew Doughty.
Oh, all right.
There we go.
Yeah, sound a little better.
Yeah, sounds a little better.
It sounded a little better.
Yeah.
And don't worry, kids.
You had to whip an English accent. Can I just say real quick? I've been following the highlight clips from the whole Brexit vote nonsense. I love the Speaker of the House, especially when they do the count of the votes. So you go, so the ayes to the right, 329. The noes, 3 to the right, left, 300. So the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Unlock.
Is that like?
It puts me in mind of Johnny's guy as he does the darts call 120.
I was going to say they should have just got him.
They should have got him in.
Because every time I hear him, I hear Johnny going 120.
They could have had one.
Yeah. I don't know what's sketching for you, brother.
Bro, you're still kind of sketching a bit.
Oh well. I don't think I can do anything about it now. The only thing I have running is this one window. So
Verizon really fucking you.
maybe it might be that I have my laptop sitting on the kitchen island because the past it's gotten really hot. I have these Orioles coasters that I have. There's some coasters, but maybe it's overheat.
Oh, that'd be nice. See if it's get some coasters. Make sure you don't scuff the island. The island and the sun. Oh boy. So
Magic.
There you go.
Anything you desire.
That's an old pull. Wow.
Yeah.
Real deep dive with America there.
Sometimes you got to, Lyle. Sometimes you got to deep dive in this place.
Sometimes you got to put on the diving bell and go way, way down.
Hope for the best. All right. Well, right off the hop, Lyle. Clayton Keller. Clayton Keller resigned 8 years, $57.2 million of an extension. $7.15 million is your AAV. How many agents who of restricted free agents have been doing a happy dance now because Clayton Keller just got paid?
Oh, all of them. All of them. And already the deal's being like right off the hopper. The deal is being overwhelmingly panned. My assessment of it, I try to stay neutral on these things unless they're like outrageously crazy. I mean, yeah, they're definitely really paying for for promise with the kid. I mean, and let's face it. I mean, Scotty, you and I during Keller's rookie year, I mean, we were big fans of his play. I mean, we had him for a while. He looked like our lock to win the Calder that year. He wound up being a finalist, 65-point performance, led the Coyotes in scoring. Everything looked good, but then he had the old sophomore slump last year. The Coyotes as a whole, really offensively, just they were terrible. Goaltending was fine. Defense was outstanding. Offense nowhere to be found. And Keller, he slid to something like 47 points. Still led the Coyotes in scoring.
With 47 points?
With 47 points. I kid you not. That's how much they sucked last year offensively. Yeah. Joe Chayka, the Coyotes GM, I mean, he has sung the kid's praises, considers him an all-star at every level, considers him elite at every level. Great character, terrific playmaker, but the analytics crowd none too happy.
Is Chayka isn't
he
an
is
analytics guy?
He is.
I thought so.
He was a big proponent of analytics, and to my knowledge, he still is. But he's definitely going out of his way, paying for potential. Now, if this pans out, I mean, the good thing about Keller is he's only 21. He just turned
Right.
21 in July. So he's still got a lot of huge upside here. And who knows? Maybe they put him with Phil Kessel and these guys click, because I think that was part of the problem for Keller is he really didn't have anybody to set up last season. He really didn't. And now he's got a proven 35 goal guy, in Phil Kessel. Maybe they'll put those two guys together and maybe they'll click. Who can say? But they're definitely, I guess, a lower shooting percentage and in close chances and power play and of course, as they said, the analytics crowd, they seem to be the ones leading the criticism against that deal. But I mean, I get, okay, look, yeah, you don't just look at points, you don't just look at the guy, he led in points, blah blah blah. But the kid really didn't have much of a supporting cast offensively last year. And, I think with a healthier team and maybe, and again, with a guy like Kessel and maybe some of these other kids, if they start coming into their own, maybe we'll see a big pickup, a big improvement, and he'll justify that investment. But the pressure's going to be on. That's for sure. I mean, if he has another 40-point season this year, people are going to start second guessing John Chayka. For handing out that big deal, especially as you pointed out, when he's got an analytics background too. So
numbers don't tell everything, ladies and gentlemen. Remember
until they do.
Until they do, and then then you're getting audited by the IRS and things happen.
Yeah. Then you gotta.
So, what does this do for the market, Lyle? What does this deal do for the market aside from blow it up completely?
Well, I mean, it's not going to, well, I shouldn't say, like on the one hand, you can say, well, no, this won't have any effect on this year's market because, the kid's an RFA next year. But you got to kind of figure that's going to have an impact on this year's crop.
I think you could say that if we didn't have this record amount of RFA still out there.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is it me or am I losing you, both you guys?
I don't know.
It's both
just the stream is bullshit.
I can hear things. I don't.
Hey, there's Johnny.
Where's Johnny? Yeah. I don't know. Picture seems to go a little screwy. Let me drop out and come back, okay?
All right, let
me give it a try. Let me just drop out and I'll come back.
Maybe we can't. Back. Maybe I'll drop back out and come back.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll see how it goes.
I mean, it's always been the whole time. It's been fuzzy on my end, so only encodes well.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the audio dropping out too. If that affects it too much,
fine.
We'll be fine. We'll see how it goes.
We'll be fine. We'll be great.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
Maybe.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There we go.
Yes, sir. We can.
Okay. Yeah, I can see you guys. Yeah, I can hear you guys fine. Yeah, the video seems a little screwy all of a sudden. But...
Yeah, the video's weird like that, I guess.
Okay, let's carry on.
Maybe Google's trying to get rid of Hangouts completely.
Could be.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hold on. These people still figured out how to get Hangouts on air. Screw that.
We're going to have to go to friggin' Skype again. Really. Although we could do the quad box. Quad box was fun.
Quad box. Yeah.
Quad box. Quad box drink. What do you make of all the retiring? You like the retirings? Retiring's good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Cam Ward packing in. Yeah, it was time. It was time for him as we talked about. Cronwall, calling it a wrap. I mean, that wasn't really a surprise. It just reached the point where when you play the game as physically as he does, at some point your body ain't going to be able to handle it anymore. At least he was able to have a couple of strong final seasons to finish up, because there was a couple of years ago where it really looked like his career was going to be over. He'd had a lot of injuries, but then he had two pretty good seasons after that. So yeah, time to pack it in. And hey, he goes into a sweet job as special advisor to GM Steve Yzerman. So lands on his feet there. Stevie Y keeping it all in the family.
It seems to happen a lot with teams, just keeping their top guys there when they retire, or moving guys around.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. How do you have that money for front office? On the office. CBA stuff. Wow. Break us down your sporting news little thing. So people who don't like to read the sporting news and things in general. What you put out there, is it today or yesterday? You actually published that thing.
Yesterday.
Okay, so break it down from a fundamental standpoint. Give a little cliff notes, or as you like to call it, Cole's notes
Yeah.
about what you're.
Yeah. Yeah, you froze up again on me, Scotty.
All right, maybe
Okay.
I'll drop out. Hold on.
Okay.
See this.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So CBA talk, go.
Right. Okay. Okay. CBA talk, real quick. All right. Well, basically, as we all know, the NHL. Oh, by the way, Johnny, yeah, much better pitcher now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Great.
much better pitcher, and yeah, sounded good.
Yep.
Yeah, all good. How do I look?
All right,
Am
that's
I
great.
beautiful as always? Okay.
Yeah, as always.
Anyway, the NHL decided they would not exercise their early opt-out option on September 1st. Basically, that puts the puck in the NHLPA zone now. It's their early opt-out option is September 15th. I erroneously last week said September 19th. It is in fact September 15th. They are meeting tonight as we speak in Chicago. To go over, it's basically that the PA executive and any players who want to attend, and they're going to go over what they've negotiated so far with the league, kind of bring everybody up to speed on negotiations, and kind of plot their next moves forward. The big sticking point, of course, the big thing is escrow. And that, of course, is the amount of money that is at the start of each season that is clawed back from the players' salaries, held into a fund, and then at the end of the season, if revenues have exceeded projections, then the players get most or all that money back with interest. The problem is that in recent years, revenue has not exceeded projections, and consequently, the players didn't get most of that money back, if they got any back at all. So that remains a big sticking point for the players right now. Apparently, negotiations up to this point have gone well. Everybody keeps singing from the same songbook that everything's cordial and constructive, and that they're making progress. There's talk that progress is being made. There's even some reports suggesting that, hey, we could see a new deal in place by September 15th, and that's where we are right now. Is that they're kind of doing negotiations right now. If they do reach an agreement, it won't be for a brand new CBA. In other words, it won't be, okay, we've reached an announcement, we've reached an agreement, we'll have a new 7-year CBA starting at the end of next season. No, what it'll be is an agreement to extend the current one from the end of the 2022 season to 2025. So the end of 2021-22. It would instead expire in September 2025. So it would just be kind of an extension. Again, the sticking point is with escrow, and they're going to have to try and figure it out. I've heard some different things bandied around by different pundits of what they might do. The big thing that the league is trying to push here for the players is they're trying to basically say, look, league revenues are really going to increase over the next 5 years. You've got a new US TV agreement, a contract that's going to be coming in 2021. The league reportedly is pushing for $750 million on that deal. Okay, so that's a lucrative revenue stream. There's the streams from legalized gambling, including the player tracking technology. That's going to be used now as part of legalized gambling. So there's going to be that revenue stream coming in. There's other streams as well. Plus, of course, expansion with the Seattle franchise coming in 2021. So, I think what the league is really trying to sell the players on is look, we're looking at, significant increases in revenue here. Basically, stick with us on this. And, as revenues go up, obviously the salary cap will go up significantly, and you guys will see a lot of money here. But again, if I think the players are going to be kind of leery about that. I think what they want is some kind of formula that's going to reduce those escrow payments considerably. There's talk that they'd like to see it reduced to between 5 to 8% or something like that. The only way really that seems that you could really manage that, though, is if you if you put sort of a hard cap on how much you increase the cap each year, because the PA has what's called a 5% escalator clause, and at the end of each season, they can turn around, look at what revenues were, look at what they're projected for next year, and then they can say, okay, well, let's add it by another 5%. But there's talk now that they could get rid of that escalator clause entirely and just kind of keep it at, okay, this is what it'll be. If they project that revenue will go up by 2 million, well, then it only goes up by 2 million rather than say 3 million if the players decide to use their escalator clause. So it's a I don't want to get too down deep into a rabbit hole with that nonsense. But that's where we're at right now. I don't know if we'll have any word by tomorrow what the players are going to decide. Personally, I think that if this escrow thing gets sorted out, and I'm not the only one who thinks that, if they get over the hump here on this escrow calculation thing, the rest of it's going to fall into place pretty quickly. The players would like some kind of timetable for international competitions. I don't think they're going to push too hard for the Olympics, nor should they. Really, honestly, that's not going to be a hill they'll die on. But I think maybe if you could have like a firm dates for, say, a World Cup of hockey every 2 years or every 4 years or something like that, I think they would be interested in something like that. I also know that they're really interested in improving health benefits for former players, that sort of thing. But escrow is going to be the big one. If they can get through that, get over that hump, everything else falls into place. So it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out in the next, next 11 days.
Yeah, it should be very, very interesting in terms of what's going to happen, especially because of John Tavares' contracts and one of the guys who's not known for being outspoken. Just a guy who kind of seems like a, just there kind of guy. When he said, my contract is for something and I haven't gotten this something. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, Jonathan Toews as well. Saying, look, I signed a deal for 10.5 million, but 1.5 million of that is lopped off every year, because it disappears into escrow and he usually doesn't get most or any of it back. So, you can sit down and go, well, poor players, boo hoo hoo, you're losing that amount of money. But, at the end of the day, this is something they feel very strongly about. And until they get it sorted, this is the only real sticking point they have. The league and the team owners, they're willing to keep things going as is. They're very happy with how things are going. I'm sure there's a few issues that if push came to shove, the owners, if they really wanted to, they could be really dickish about it, like reduce term limits on player contracts, that sort of thing, maybe elimination of no movement clauses. But ultimately, I really don't think those are the sort of things that they're willing to look at doing. Ultimately, it's all about the Benjamins, and they're seeing a lot more than they saw before. So they're willing to keep things going as they are. And, again, the other problem here too is if you're the players, I mean, do you really want to have the fault of a lockout hung over your head this time around? Do you really want to be the ones held up to blame for it? Because the last 3 times it was the league. It was the league pushing for it each and every time. And there was some sympathy for the players, in the past, because the league kept saying, gimme, 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 and the players kept giving. But this time around, it's like everything, is working out swimmingly from the league's point of view. So they see no reason to shut the league down. It's not going to be good optics if it's the players pushing for a lockout this time, or a strike. Because the league could say, well, listen, you can take the early out, but we're not going to lock you out. We want to keep it. And then it turns around, it becomes a strike, and then that's just bad optics. So
Didn't baseball have a strike?
Yeah, they did.
94?
Yeah, didn't work out well. And who was the guy who was the player behind the players for that? Oh, that was Donald
The
Fear.
Montreal Expo. Oh.
But I don't think you're going to see Donald Fear going that route this time, because things have actually gone pretty well for the players here too. Yeah, escrow is a pain in the ass for them, and I could totally understand why they're unhappy with it. But for everything else, I mean, they're getting paid, and getting paid well.
It just doesn't seem to happen in any other walk of life. Like, you don't really I don't go into my job and they're like, all right, so we're going to take 10% off the top. Like I take 10% off the top, but I put it in a retirement fund.
Yeah.
Like I do that to myself. Like
Yeah, but
I
they're
get
not
that.
doing that. But they're not doing that for you. I mean, for the players, they're not saying, "Okay, players, we're going to take 10% of your pay in escrow, and we're going to put it in a retirement fund for you,"
Right.
because they would get behind that. They'd
Now,
be
if
like,
they did that, I think everybody would be fine.
"Yeah,
Oh,
they
sure.
would."
Absolutely.
But the whole thing with escrow, it's all part of this make whole thing to keep it 50-50, the 50-50 split, and that's where the escrow comes in. Is really the key to balancing everything out. So, the other part of the problem too with escrow is it really does pit some players against others, because when it comes time to a player's contract year, well, he obviously wants that salary cap to go up because he wants to make more money, right? But you've got guys who are already under contract that year going, well, no, I don't. No, we don't. If this goes up too much, we're gonna and the projections are lower than what we thought, then I'm not going to get that money back at the end of the year. So no, I don't want this. So yeah, and it's just and part of the problem here too is that if the players go for lowered escrow here, if they don't buy into the league saying, look, you're going to see huge significant increases here, the projections will be better, and then that way escrow, that'll lower the bite of escrow, you'll get more of your money back. But if they maintain, no, look, we don't really want to trust you on that whole promise that revenues are going to be better, but we want a lower escrow payment. Well, that's still going to mean, kind of less money in the marketplace. That's going to mean less money to go to free agents. It's going to mean more contract buyouts. It's going to mean more guys getting demoted. Because there won't be as much money to go around. So, now again, there's still plenty. You know what I mean? But yeah, you'd see more guys getting bought out. You'd see more guys getting demoted. You'd start seeing a lot more of the more guys in their 30s having to accept considerably less than market value to play because there isn't as much. So,
is there an outline for hockey-related revenue being what defined? Because I think there's some people that have brought that up, and I'm like, I don't think I've seen hockey-related revenue be defined like clearly.
Yeah, and that's something that's again that's a much deeper dive than what I can get into myself. There's really been that's part of the whole thing as well. When they get into hockey-related revenue, I mean, obviously, I would think that if they're talking about division hockey-related revenue, well, the players will want expansion revenue as part of that because it wasn't part of it of the current agreement. So when Vegas came and joined the league, how much was that expansion fee again?
500
million, 550 million. All of that went to each one of the existing 30 owners. The players saw none of that. Now, they saw the benefit of obviously the extra, from the ticket revenue and blah, blah, blah. And they would see the same thing when Seattle comes into the league. But I wouldn't be surprised if the players are going, well, what about, expansion fees? We'd let, we think that should be part of hockey related revenue as well. So, that excuse me, that could be part of it. Again, the whole thing of these, the legalized gambling and the new streaming services and things like that. I think they'd want a clearer definition of if that's going to be part of it as well. I don't know. Maybe you go deeper into concessions. I guess I'm not sure, but yeah, there's been I've seen the odd report too that some of the players want a more clearer definition of hockey related revenue going forward.
The interesting point is we didn't see that big of a boom in terms of the salary cap with Vegas coming in. It was only $2 million.
But that was with the players putting the brakes on because of escrow.
Okay.
Remember? Yeah. They went for a much lower escalator. Instead of 5%, I believe they went for 2%. Or something like that. Like they went for less than half of what they could have gotten because they wanted to keep escrow payments low. So as a result, the cap didn't jump as high as people expected. I mean, remember last season, the projection was the cap would jump from 79.5 to 83. Didn't go to 83 because revenue projections were lower. So the players said, well, we're only going to do, I think it was 1.5 on the escalator. And so now we wound up with a cap of what, 81
and a half.
81.5. So yeah, it only went up just a little bit. But yeah, they're part of that problem though too is you got to remember. I mean, the Canadian teams account for about over 30%, almost 35% actually, of hockey related revenue. But of course, that's being calculated in Canadian funds. You do the conversion to American, and that brings the cost down a bit. So the lower Canadian dollar, the Canadian dollar being at 75 cents right now, I mean, yeah, that also accounts, I think, for why the the revenue hasn't climbed as high as projected in recent years.
Yeah. Okay. That was a good article. I read it during my breakfast break this morning. Good work.
I hope it didn't put you back to sleep.
No.
Yeah.
But, well, it's something that needs, because people
Yeah.
are starting to get up in arms now about it, and it's being talked
Well,
about a lot more.
Well, the thing to bear in mind too, and just to kind of wrap this whole thing up with it, is there right now there is a lot of cautious optimism out there.
Yes.
And that's a far cry from where we were the last two friggin' lockouts that me
I
and
would say
you
it's a
and we all
first.
cover. Yeah. Well, as I said, I mean, I remember this shit going back to the player strike in '92, the first time that we had these fun and games. And then in the lead up to the lockout in '94, and then of course the last two, which we covered ad nauseum. And yeah, there was always a lot of sniping going on between both sides in the media, and you'd have the odd owner who would kind of speak out of turn, if you will, criticizing the players or the PA, and yeah, there was always that sort of bad feeling and that kind of rancor going on, and you had. And think about it too. In the last two, in the summers leading up to the last two lockouts, there was it was constant coverage. I mean, yeah, the insiders were on vacation, but they were, they were still filing reports on an almost daily basis of what was going on. And this year, now I know that technically this isn't a lead up to a lockout. I mean, if the PA or the league had taken the early out, or the PA takes the early out, well then yeah, we'd be a year away from one. But that's still a significant time frame coming up. And you would have thought we would have saw more constant coverage than we did this summer, because apparently they were negotiating throughout the summer, but we barely heard anything about it. A month
that's
ago,
because Sportsnet fired a lot of people. Sportsnet let a lot of people go.
Yeah, but even the TSN gang, I mean, even with them being on vacation, they had next to nothing to report about it. I mean, a month ago, I even did a sort of a CBA update. It's like, okay, where are we now? What's been going on? We've heard radio silence, been very little going on. And then, 2 weeks after I write that, oh, boom, now we find out, oh, yes, the league is saying, well, no, we're not going to exercise our early opt-out. No, by the way, we've been talking with the players throughout the summer, and things are going smoothly. And it was just like, what? Like, Jesus, you guys really kept that on the down low. I mean, especially with all this hype of, oh, September 1st, the league could take the early opt-out, or September 15th, the players could. So it's been a different atmosphere this time, and that's been something that's been reported on too. How both sides saying how much more cordial things are. There's none of the tension that you saw from the previous in the lead up to the previous lockouts. So there is a lot of cautious optimism. And that being said, given the contentious history between the two sides, this thing could still go sideways. But right now, things are looking good for an extension. Whether we'll see it, and that's the other thing too. Really quickly, the players could ask to have that deadline of September 15th extended by a couple of months, possibly even up to January 1st, if they feel it's necessary to give more time to wrangle out the details on the issue, on the main sticking points. And it should be the main sticking point, singular, escrow, because like I said, once that's sorted out, everything else is going to fall very quickly into place. So it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to know. Well, we'll know within the next 11 days if they're going to take the early out, or if they're going to ask for an extension, or if they're going to say no, we don't need it, and in fact, hooray, we have an extension now. So I'm hoping for the latter.
If you're September,
yeah,
that would be lovely to find out by September 15th. Yes, we've reached an agreement on an extension by another 3 years. Hooray! Great, I can go out and buy a new car now rather than taking all the money that I'm saving. Rather than take money that I will be putting towards a new car and having to put it into a fucking lockout fund, which is what I've been doing for the last 3 years. No pressure, PA.
None. If
No.
you're scoring at home or even if you're alone. Scott Morrison, Doug McLean, Nick Kiprios, not with Sportsnet anymore. Also, apparently, countless behind
John
the scenes
Shannon.
folks.
John
Shannon,
gone
who
big wig there, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shannon, a former league head too. So
yeah. That's a big one. Well, like I said, I don't know if we discussed this last week or not.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. But yeah, some of it was guys, their contracts were coming to an end. Some were ready to take the early out, and some were kind of very gently nudged in that direction. But they're losing money over there. Sportsnet. That's not the only, personalities over there at Sportsnet who've lost their jobs this year. Bob McCown, who for over 30 years was the host of their drive time radio show in Toronto. He was basically shown the door this spring to the shock of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a couple of guys who cover the English Premier League for them, though that's not a surprise, though, because Sportsnet also lost the rights to the EPL to DAZN. So I suppose that wouldn't have been a surprise, but that was part of it. But yeah, the hockey coverage, I mean, that was the big one because, of course, the NHL, their hockey coverage was the jewel in the crown, if you will, because they had, of course, wrested the rights away for NHL coverage from TSN. They had won that bidding war a few years ago, but it's not working out as they'd hoped because part of the reason a lot of the Canadian teams aren't going very far in the playoffs, and the Canadian dollar being lower than at the time when they negotiated the deal, that's not helping. And you also got to figure too. I think part of their production, the way they present the show, it just kind of turns some people off, I think, too. That would account for some stumbled in the ratings. Not a knock against a lot of those guys or anything like that, but you get sick and tired of when you go to intermission and basically it's 3 or 4 talking heads basically breaking down for you what you already saw, which was already broken down for you by the play-by-play guys as it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they tended to do ad nauseum on Sportsnet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have all the games. You have to fill it somehow, right?
Yeah, but there's so many other ways they could do it. I mean, the pregame show, they should scuttle that and use the stuff that they do in the pregame show in the intermission segments, like the hockey hometown segment. Jesus, make that a second intermission segment. You don't need to make that a whole friggin' hour-long show for itself or make it a whole theme show. You don't need to do that. I mean, one of the things I used to like about their coverage, the coverage, especially when it used to be on CBC for years and years, but also TSN too, they tend to do a good job with it, is you would see features during the intermissions about the players or, about where they were from or other things. It wasn't just 4 guys sitting at a desk breaking down plays, again, that you already saw in the previous period, which were already broken down for you by the very capable play-by-play people. Like for me, like it was a waste of time. Whenever the games are still shown on TSN, because TSN still does some regional coverage, I stick around for those because you're going to get some interesting information and not just about, this guy did this wrong or, now I'm going to show you this breakdown here. Well, his puck possession numbers are down, blah, blah. No, you didn't see crap like that. Like TSN would do like the quiz. That's kind of a fun thing too, good lighthearted thing. But you'd also get news, real news that was going on, from, like I said, for guys like Bob McKenzie and Darren Dreger and Pierre LeBrun. And, they would do some features as well on players. And it's a nice, tidy little segment that moves the intermission along. And it wasn't, again, just 4 guys sitting at a desk jawing about stuff that you already saw.
Put us in there.
Take.
Put us in there.
By the way, did you guys already talk about Pierre Maguire?
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
I was gonna say,
I mean, you can
put
say
us on
something if you'd like.
please put it. But I'm saying, put us on there. Let us be the halftime show. or the intermission show or whatever the hell they call it.
Apparently, it's Brian Boucher that's going to take.
Yes.
He's going to be part of the A-team now, and Pierre's been relegated to the B. Pierre kind of been stepping in it though himself in recent years, and I mean his kind of that very awkward interview was it with Kelly Schofield, was it?
No, it
During
was
the All-Star game?
Kendall Coyne Schofield.
Kendall. Sorry, I got her name wrong.
Jesus.
But yeah, that was very painfully awkward.
It was, but I mean, what do you expect? I mean, they can't pre-rehearse this apparently.
You could put somebody in who's not a little bit sexist. I don't know. Maybe kind of, sort of. I don't know.
Sometimes it's funny. The point is this. Is that you need to put Pierre off the ice and let him actually be an analyst, because we said it before, when you put him in the studio or get him on interviews and he's out of his character, he's amazing.
Yes, yeah, and to be fair, he is a very, very knowledgeable, hockey man. He is. But it's when he's doing his between the ice segment, and like I said, even when he's doing his between the ice segment, sometimes when he's doing the coverage, I mean, he will pick out things that you go, oh, geez, I never thought of. But he's just turned off so many people, though, in the United States. We didn't have him. We didn't have to deal with him very much up here when he was doing TSN coverage between the benches. So I guess we didn't have time for his act to grow thin. But you're right, though. As an in-studio analyst, he does a fine job. So maybe that's where I would rather see him than Mike Milbury in there at this point.
Yeah, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, Johnny brought that up too.
And you're not wrong, Johnny. You're not wrong. I mean, when you talk, I think Pierre still has something to contribute. Mike Milbury has now gone to the land of the dinosaurs, and he doesn't like anything. And so doesn't like new stuff.
I had to look up what the hell the zone was because I see it everywhere and I don't know what the hell it is. It's just a streaming.
DAZN. It's a new sports streaming service.
DA what now?
DAZN or DAZN.
Thank you.
Americans would call it. Here in Canada, we pronounce it properly as Z. Z top. Screw you. No. Even we call it top because it's just right now. But yeah, DAZN. It's pronounced a DAZN. DAZN. I'm like, okay, whatever. But
terrible.
Anyway,
it's not a puzz zone, right?
Yeah, but that's really kind of screws up my EPL viewing now. I could always rely on that on TSN and Sportsnet and
you can watch my TV.
Yeah, go to Johnny's TV. Johnny can put you in the sling box. Great.
Yeah, all you need is the app. You just put it right on your TV.
That's
how I don't. The second TV that I have, I don't even have cable service on it. It's just a Chromecast, and I like Chromecast stuff to it and watch games on that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I don't even have cable hooked up on mine down here now. I've usually been watching like streaming, but some of the streaming stuff is pretty shitty here. So, but we'll get into it.
Let me know.
Okay.
I mean, I've got the hookup for soccer.
Exactly.
Actually, I just have NBC Sports. Really,
it's just for but just so I can watch my my English Premier League on Saturday and Sunday mornings. It's kind of withdrawal, man.
I'm normally watching it anyway.
We'll end this little media thing here with apparently the Coyotes are at odds with their radio broadcaster.
Oh no.
They announced that their games will be on Fox Sports 910, part of iHeartRadio, but they hired a guy named Dan Cilio for afternoon drive time. Okay. Cilio was fired by Florida radio stations in a 20-month span from 2012 to 13 for racist and or sexist comments on air or on his personal Twitter. Such, and I'm quoting this from The Athletic, so don't get mad at me.
Again? Really?
Don't get mad at me. Everyone's at The Athletic, Johnny. It's
my God.
There's no more news now.
Two more now. They took Thomas Drance from
the Florida Panthers.
And he used to be
NBC.
Yeah, and before that, he was also a Canucks blogger too.
Was he in Pastabulis?
I think so. Or
yeah,
I think he may have been. I'm trying to recall. That's where I knew him from originally. Was from blogging. And Ken Wiebe, who for years covered covered the Jets and other Winnipeg sports with the Winnipeg Sun, but now he's jumped to The Athletic. So
everyone's going to The Athletic.
They're grabbing everybody.
So anyway, The Athletic, all hail The Athletic. By the way, why I didn't join The Athletic thing's coming out soon.
They never asked me.
Well, no, I applied. They just didn't get back to me.
I applied and I was told very politely, thanks, but no thanks.
Do fuck off. What? What does that mean? So Cilio was fired for comments such as fired 3 times by Florida radio stations in a 21 span. So if you're doing your firing, that's about once every 6 months.
Wowzers.
He referred now quoting again. I'm quoting. He referred to 3 black NFL players as monkeys.
Oh, for God's sake.
2012 and 13.
Okay,
this is like 5 years ago.
I gotta say, just a sec. Where are these people coming from that
Florida.
refer to black athletes as monkeys?
It's Florida. Lyle.
I mean, sweet Jesus, what century are you in? The 19th? My God.
Lyle, it gets better. When
Better.
referring to Aaron Andrews, he told the Fox broadcaster to bake me a cake and, quote, love Aaron either naked or in porn, not at a sports desk. This, of course, after the reverse eye peephole thing.
Wow.
And he also made a joke in which he said, hey, one thing I'm very proud of, I saved every nickel I had. That must be the half Hebrew in me. All quotes. Don't get mad at me.
So how does that's the problem? Like, do you do any due diligence before
No.
you hire somebody?
No.
Look, come on. I get guys that are trying to get edgy, do their shtick, but I mean, there's edgy and then there's just straight out misogynist, racist, bigoted.
So
garbage.
the Coyotes are not going to let any of their players or coaches to appear on the show, obviously. And there might be a situation where the Coyotes just leave that station altogether, which I don't know if that. I mean, it's good morally, but the grand scheme, I don't know. Grand scheme's kind of rough for a team that's already,
Yeah, that's
Local-
trying to drum up interest. Yeah, but
Canada radio station they can get on?
I don't know. That's
No.
a good question.
Canada 101.1.
Yeah. Ah, boy. So here we go, kids. We talked a little bit about All-Star because the logo got unveiled. Talked a little about EA Sports ratings.
Hey now.
It's time to do our summer show. Trying to think. No. Don't care about PTOs. Don't care about training camp. We can talk about that next week.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's talk about the real stuff. Let's get to our haha fuck you.
Hey.
All right. Clarence Campbell Conference All-Star West. We're doing ratings, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no.
We're doing ratings. We're doing All-Stars in the West Coast because I don't think any of us really cared about the West Coast all that much, except for Ho Rubina.
Yep. Because always check in from the West Coast.
Exactly. So what I'm going to do, give a player name, you guess the rating. Lyle, we'll start with you. All-Stars, Clarence Campbell Conference.
Oh, God.
Number 22, Gary Suter. Suter.
Okay.
What's his rating?
88.
Johnny, your guess.
Oh, 85.
Johnny's closer, 81.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Player.
All right.
Oh.
Because every team had to have a representative. We're number 18, Pat Falloon.
Is this when he played for the Sharks?
True.
Fat balloon.
Johnny, your guess first.
I'm going to go 65.
Lyle.
50.
Johnny closer, 61.
Oh.
Yeah.
God damn.
You start this game strong and then fade.
Oh man.
Lyle?
Poor Pat Falloon.
I know. Number 27, Jeremy Roenick.
Oh, he's good.
Jeremy Roenick. Yeah. Okay. I think he's a solid 90.
Johnny.
87.
Oh, Lyle closer, 89.
Yes. Finally on the board.
If you would have said 88, we would have split the pot.
Oh.
We have pot?
Yeah, right? Lyle does.
We have pot. Yes, lots of it.
Start of the goalie, give Johnny a chance first. Tim Chevelday.
Oh.
Tough.
Chevelday.
Oh, Tim Chevelday. Sorry. I thought you meant the GM.
Nice.
Tim Chevalier. I'm going to pay 72.
72. Lyle.
Okay, these are all stars. So, okay, I don't think they're going to be anybody below 60. 64?
Johnny, you're closer because he had a nice rating of 69.
Yeah.
Ah!
Nice.
Oh, man.
Nice.
I am sucking at this tonight.
He was one of the starters. Phil Housley.
Phil Housley.
Phil
Phil the
Housley.
Thrill.
Lyle.
Phil Housley.
Who did Phil Housley play for that was in the West?
Jets.
Oh, yeah, Winnipeg. What? Yeah, I still see him in Buffalo. Yeah.
All right, Doug Gilmour.
Dougie.
Doug Gilmour in 83.
Lyle.
I'm going to give Dougie a 92.
Lyle's closest, 89.
Whoa! Really? He was below 90. Wow.
Yeah.
He was a beast
Like
that year. Man.
Ones. Like,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think there was anyone over like 92 in the whole game, right? For NHL 94.
We'll find out here in a second.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Spoiler, there is. The other starter and a guy who's on every alumni team we can think of, Paul Coffey.
Paul
Paul
Coffey.
Coffey. Lyle?
Paul Coffey. Okay, I definitely don't think he's above 90. Paul Coffey. 83, I'm thinking.
Johnny? Johnny?
Didn't hear him. You still
85.
Lyle's right on the money with 83.
Oh! Starting to
Yeah.
come back.
I
Starting to
just
come
must
back.
not be able to hear me.
You're kind of bouncing in and out again.
Yeah, it was just a little, yeah.
Luckily, it's towards the end of the show. He's stealing waitresses and stealing hearts. Steve Yzerman. Steve Yzerman. Johnny?
His waitress stealing alone is at 95, but that's not what he was rated on in this game. I'm going to give Steve Yzerman a 92.
Lyle?
I'm going to give him 89.
Johnny, you should have kept the waitress stealing because he's a 95 in the game.
Wow.
Whoa, hello.
Wow. Wow.
Damn. Hey, maybe he got that extra bump. Maybe somebody knew something we didn't know at the time.
Right. We'll go to another goaltender. Felix Potvin.
The cat.
Felix Potvin.
Lyle.
I'm thinking he's an 80. I put him at 80.
Johnny.
The cat had a good year. Maybe the year before. I have no idea. I'll give him an 83.
Lyle, one off again, 79.
Oh, Jesus. I'm just hitting all around him, aren't I?
Mm.
Yeah, he had 2 really good years there, actually. Yeah.
A man who was at the first All-Star game, Chris Chelios. Chelios. Johnny?
Chris Chelios. Chris Chelios will be a 83.
Lyle?
Chelios was in his prime then, so...
Yeah, so is Moses.
Touche, sir. I'm going to give him a 90. I think Chelios is a 90.
Johnny was one off at 84.
Oh!
Good work, John.
Oh, even at his best, he couldn't crack 84.
No.
Okay, interesting.
Well, he was 84.
That's true.
True. That's true. That's true. To be fair. Yeah.
I mean, he played till he was 132. So
Yeah.
True.
Chris Chelios, 132 years old.
The Kings stuck with him, even though they didn't think much of him, picked a pitcher above him, Luke Robitaille.
Luke Robitaille.
Lucky Luke.
Oh, Lyle.
Oh, lucky Luke. Oh, he's picking up them sweet snipes with Gretzky. 82.
Johnny.
Luke Robitaille. He was great in the game. I'm going to give him a 86.
Oh, Johnny pulls it out at the end, 85.
Oh!
Just that much closer. You can take him to the bank off of your goalie skate, Steve Smith. Steve Smith. Johnny.
Steve Smith. Steve Smith, I'll go 87.
Lyle.
I'm just really making up numbers at this point.
I'll put him at 70.
72.
Yeah. No way I was going to give him anything above 75.
We'll hit 3 more and then Ender.
Okay.
Theron Fleury.
Little
Lyle.
Theo. The little big man. Huh. 87, I think, for him.
87, Johnny.
See, I was going to go a little shorter. What about an 83?
Lyle one off again, 86.
Just can't hit the bullseye, but hey, close enough to run up points.
120.
Yeah. The eyes to the right. Unlock.
He'll offer you $1 billion to get out of a drunk driving deal. It's Ed Belfour. Ed Belfour.
And he would too back in the day. Yeah, honest to God. By the way, true story. You know what he's doing now? Ed Belfour.
You mean right at this moment?
No, not right.
He's doing a distillery, isn't he?
Distillery. Him and his son. Yeah. They're doing a distillery. Somehow that just seems. Okay.
Very on brand.
Yes. Ed Belfour. 91. I think.
Okay.
91.
Johnny.
Ed Belfour, I'm going 87.
98.
Whoa! Holy crap.
Wow. I did not remember a goalie that was 98.
98. Only one person higher than him, 2 people higher than him in the game.
Wayne Gretzky?
Ray Bork at a 99 and Mario Lemieux at 100.
Wow.
Because that must have been when the season that Gretzky was hurt. We had the back injury then.
Well, let's end it with Wayne Gretzky then. Wayne Gretzky, superstar number 99.
There we go.
Who you got, Johnny?
Well, I know that he's not above a 98.
Yeah.
That much
really,
you know.
So I'm going to go 97.
Okay, I'm going to go. Yeah, because I don't think, like I said, back 93. I don't want to take him out of the 90s, but 93.
Well, you should have 87.
What? Holy crap!
The great one was an 87.
Maybe that was just a precursor to Sidney Crosby.
Now I'm pretty sure that was because of his bad back.
I think it was the back year. Yeah,
that was the back year. Yeah, because he bounced back the following year and won the scoring title with 120 points. That was his last scoring title, by the way. Little trivia.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Well, Lyle, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
As always.
Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next week.
Will do, guys.
There he goes. Lyle Rich, SpectorsHockey.net. At Spectors Hockey, you can find him on the other, where he links all his stuff to. Like I said, Sporting News is one of them. So there you go. Johnny P. Shout out.
Yeah. Hershey Park Stadium for concerts. For sure. I'll give a shout out though to the Capital Stanley Cup koozie. It's got 2 sides.
Does it have any Coke?
Nope. Clean.
Okay. Damn, that koozie's clean.
And I will give a shout out to the Black Bears. I should probably email Colin and tell him I'm showing up on Friday. Yeah. Hockey is starting. Oh, I will also say, funny story. I got an email that I played soccer with for years, like the college group, and they were like, "Hey, just checking in, seeing how you're doing, seeing if you want to referee games again." Blah blah blah. And I told them, I was like, "Nah, you gig. I'm taking pictures at hockey games." I never heard back from them. It's weird.
Nice.
So,
Very good.
so yeah, so got that going for me. More enjoyable. People don't yell at me as much.
Perfect. Wonderful.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to the Black Bears. Shout out to hockey season getting going so I can start another podcast on top of the other podcasts I'll be doing. So there's fun. Shout out to off days, dis to overnights. Shout out Labor Day. And shout out sticker collections. Hell yeah, sticker collections. Get all up on. That's it. I got nothing else, folks. You guys have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you again on Wednesday night. Who knows what'll happen? Maybe we'll have even better quality this time. We're in training too. Leave us alone, jerks. For Johnny P, I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com, which is part of the Blog Dog Radio Network, we think. Facebook.com/FOHS Radio, Twitter.com/FOHS Radio, and Patreon.com/Face Off Hockey Show. How to forget? I forget because I do so many shows and so many endings. Which one was which? I almost did the In the Draft Show thing. We don't have an Instagram though on Facebook or on Face Off Hockey. We're gonna end it. Not yet. We'll let Johnny charge that one up. So we'll figure it out. You guys have a great week. Until next week. Peace.
Music.